Hi and welcome to another video from www.gameclubtabletop.co.uk. Today we'll be doing another What's Inside, or What's in the Box, however you want to call it, of Ticket to Ride New York on this occasion. Now this is another one. I've done one on Amsterdam, I'm going to say. These are the smaller, faster play versions of Ticket to Ride, and there are three, I think, available now, which is the Amsterdam, which I've done a video on, which is the latest one, New York and London. So this is obviously, as I've said, the New York one. So I'll pop the camera down briefly. Well, spoil us what one of the future videos may well be. So let's open up the box to see what we're going to get inside. So it's very compact, this as well. So if you wanted to take this out, take it on holiday, you wouldn't have to take the box. It takes up a lot less space than the box. So you get your nice board. And again, it's nice bright colours. It's great for kids. And these ones are slightly more simplistic than the full Ticket to Rides, which makes life a little bit easier. Now, someone's obviously been in here. One of the kids, probably. So as well as the board, then you're going to get your tickets. So these are what you'll get, and you'll have to then get from Times Square, which is, my finger video pointing skills are rubbish. Times Square there, all the way down to Brooklyn. It's right down the bottom here, off camera. So sneak it. There we go. So to do that, how do I do that? Well, here we are. I scroll through all the tickets. Well, he says. We'll get there. Now there's different values, so some aren't as long. I'll just quickly show you this. So that one there is Gramercy Park to Chinatown. Chinatown is here. Gramercy Park's just there. So you can see it's not that far. So there's different points. You get dealt so many, you have to keep a couple that you think you can achieve. It's always nice when you get them in the sort of heading in the same direction. That way you can build less routes and achieve lots of stuff. Now the other thing in this is New York, and you're a taxi driver. You're also trying to take in sights on your way. So where you see these points here, these ones, you get an extra point if you go if your route goes through there, because it's like you're showing them Chinatown or Greenwich Village or the Empire State Building or whatever it may be, Central Park. So the way you move is, if you're very lucky, you'll find one of these. I'll come back to that in a minute. Essentially, you've got the different colours that you can see on the board. You'll have tickets. So if I wanted to build between there, suppose I was yellow, I'll put a few taxis here. Yep, right, I've got a green, so on my go I could play a green, put my little taxi down, and then that's my route from Wall Street to Chinatown. Somebody else could play a pink one, a pink card. Might be able to find one now. There we go. And build a route there as well. Where they're grey, you can use any colour you want. So in this game we've got red, you can see the colours we've got. Red, orange, pink, green, black and blue. Okay, these, as you can see by their wonderful rainbow coloration, can be used for anything. So suppose I needed to get down here instead. I've only got two red cards, look. I could use a taxi like that as well, and that would let me build that route. Okay, you've only got so many taxis. I'm going to take a pack out that are in the bag still, so you can see the kids have been playing with this. And that's how many you've got. It does come with a couple spare for each colour, because having the same number of taxis is important, because it lets you all compete at the same level, essentially. So you get dealt so many of these coloured cards at the start. There's some more put out onto the table, face up. So I think it's 3. You'd have 3 face up next to the table, which you could either choose one of those, or you can take blindly off the top. If you take a taxi that you can see, if you can see the I'll put them so you can see them. So they'll be there like that, so you can see. If you see a taxi, you only get to take 1. If you can't, if you get it in there, you can still take 2. If you get it off the pile. Otherwise, you can take 2 cards and add them to your hand. There's no hand limit. You can have as many tickets as you want. Obviously, some of the routes, here's a 4 Some of them are a bit bigger, so you need to collect them. Or if you're really lucky, get lots of taxis. And that's essentially the game. You play until I think it's like, I'm not sure with this. I know in the proper one it's like when you've got 2 trains left, right, that's everyone gets one last go. I think it's similar, but I don't know if it's 2 taxis or when someone's on their last taxi. It's very good. It's very compact. It's much quicker, obviously, than the full Ticket to Ride, and but because of the small size, once you start as a 2-player, you don't really notice it, but once you get up to 3 or 4-player, you're all competing for very similar routes, and that can be quite tricky. Put quite a lot of pressure on, you know, especially where there's only like maybe one, and if not, you've got to go around a bit further to get there. So it is good. Once you get to the end, you get points for all your taxis that you've put out. You get points for all the tickets, and you get points for all the landmarks that you've gone past. Oh, I'll point at one you can see on the camera. And you add them up. Whoever's got the biggest points, most points wins. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. It's pretty quick to get going on. And what you probably find is you play 2 or 3 games of this as opposed to one big game of Ticket to Ride. Again, my little lad loves this. He gets it. He can play this. He's 6. A little girl can play a little bit. She's 4, just turned 4. She's a little bit off yet, but it's a great family game. Like I say, if you took this out of the box and just popped it into a bag, if you're good at folding up boards, which despite my love of board games, I'm not, you can see like what you've got in the box, yeah, would easily condense down in a small bag if you're in a caravanning, or you just go in places where you don't want to take loads of stuff because you've got to take clothing. This is a great game to take away with you. And look, it's even got, like, I'm guessing an unlicensed picture of the Fonz on it. Ticket to Ride are great games, whichever one you get. If you want something bigger than the original Ticket to Ride or Ticket to Ride Europe, which I will be able to do what's in the box off because I own it at some point, they're great games. They may not seem like fun, but once you get into them, and again, you focus so much on your own tickets that it's not so much you're just going to build a route to stop somebody else, because you don't have enough taxis in this to necessarily stop somebody else from achieving what they're trying to achieve without maybe not getting one of your tickets. And when you fail to do one of your tickets, you lose the value in points of that ticket, so it can be very hurtful very fast. So you might think you're being clever stopping somebody else scoring points, but actually you're just hurting yourself. Right, well, I hope that's made some kind of sense here, showing you a bit about the game. They are good fun games. These are great for kids. And like I say, it depends on your kids. Is it going to tell me on the box how old I'm going to be? Yes, it's going to tell me on the back, so I have to tilt it up and hopefully not spill everything. I mean, it's saying 8+, but I think if they're accustomed to games, if they're used to games, I think they'll pick this up much quicker than that. Like I say, my 67 soon, 6-7-year-old really enjoys this one. Right, I hope that's been useful. Again, as ever, any questions, come and find us at www.gameclubtabletop.co.uk. There's a form on there you can fill in. It doesn't have to be about buying stuff. Just ask me questions if you need to. If you're new to board gaming and you're not sure what to get, where to start, drop me a note. I love talking about it. As you can tell, yet another quick unboxing has become a marathon. I'm sorry. If you made it to the end, well done. Give yourself a pat on the back. And maybe treat yourself to a board game. These are, all 3 of them I think I've got them on at £17 at the minute. There's New York, London, and I keep forgetting because I want to say Rotterdam, but it's not. It's Amsterdam if you want something a little bit different. And that is Twist. Each one has a little twist on it in these ones. So thank you very much. I'll see you again. Bye.